If you are opening or operating a sober living home, fire safety can become one of the fastest ways a project gets delayed, denied, or priced out. And that is exactly why this topic matters. Because fire safety in recovery housing is not just about alarms and sprinklers. It sits at the intersection of life safety, code enforcement, fair housing, and financial feasibility. In this video, I'm going to show you how fire safety requirements work in sober living homes, where the biggest legal and practical conflicts come from, and what operators should do when code requirements start threatening the viability of the home. The first thing to understand is that not all fire protection systems do the same thing. Fire alarm systems are about detection and notification. They alert occupants to danger, and in some cases, they also alert a monitoring company or dispatch center. That can include hardwired smoke detectors, interconnected alarms, and monitored systems. Sprinkler systems do something different. They are active fire suppression systems designed to control or extinguish a fire. And once sprinklers enter the conversation, the cost, complexity, and code implications usually rise fast. That distinction matters because many operators hear fire safety and assume it is one issue. It is not. Alarm requirements and sprinkler requirements can trigger very different obligations, very different costs, and very different project outcomes. The real conflict starts with classification. Recovery homes are homes, but in many jurisdictions, officials do not always treat them that way. A sober living home may be viewed as a lodging house, a boarding house, or some other higher regulation use based on resident count, sleeping arrangements, or the fact that unrelated adults are living together. And once that happens, the requirements can escalate quickly. Now, you are not just talking about residential smoke alarms. You may be talking about monitored alarm systems, commercial-grade sprinkler systems, water service upgrades, or other expensive fire protection measures that can make the project financially unrealistic. That is where this becomes more than a code issue, because there are two competing concerns here, and both are real. On one side, fire officials are focused on life safety. More residents, shared living, and sleeping occupancy can mean higher concern about emergency response, evacuation, and fire risk. On the other side, operators are dealing with the reality that commercial-level retrofits in older residential homes can cost tens of thousands of dollars and can wipe out otherwise viable recovery housing. That is the central tension. How do you protect life without regulating recovery housing out of existence? And that is why operators need to understand both the code side and the legal side. Because in some places, strict fire safety enforcement is not just about safety. It can also function as a barrier to housing access if recovery homes are being treated more harshly than comparable residential uses. That does not mean fire codes do not matter. They do. It does mean operators should pay close attention when requirements seem to be triggered mainly because the home is serving people in recovery or housing unrelated adults together in a residential setting. This is where legal framing becomes important. A sober living home is not automatically exempt from legitimate fire and building safety requirements, but that does not mean every costly requirement is legally unchallengeable either. If a jurisdiction is classifying the home in a way that imposes unusually burdensome obligations, operators need to ask a sharper question. Is this truly a neutral safety requirement, or is this part of a broader pattern of treating recovery housing differently? That is where fair housing concerns can begin to overlap with code enforcement, and the legal landscape is not uniform. Some states have moved toward clearer protections by recognizing certified recovery residences as single-family homes or family-style households for zoning and fire code purposes. When that happens, it can help prevent recovery homes from being pushed into commercial classifications. That is a major development because classification often drives everything that follows. So what should an operator do in practice? Keep it simple. First, know how your jurisdiction classifies the home. Do not assume recovery housing will automatically be treated as ordinary residential use. Find out how local fire, building, and zoning officials are likely to view the property. Second, engage early. Do not wait until you are deep into renovations or already facing enforcement. Early conversations with fire officials, inspectors, and local authorities can surface issues before they become expensive surprises. Third, Separate what is truly required from what is being informally pushed. That distinction matters. Operators need clarity on the actual legal trigger for alarms, sprinklers, monitoring, or other upgrades. Fourth, document everything. Keep records of inspections, communications, interpretations, and proposed requirements. If the standards shift or seem inconsistent, that record becomes important. And fifth, make practical safety investments where possible. Even when a full commercial retrofit is not required, steps like interconnected alarms, fire-rated improvements, and stronger emergency planning can improve safety and show good faith. That matters strategically, because operators should never look like they are resisting safety. The stronger position is to show that you take life safety seriously while also questioning requirements that are excessive, misapplied, or unlawfully burdensome. That is the balance. And ultimately, that is the point of this whole issue. Fire safety is essential, but fire safety should not become a backdoor way to eliminate safe, supportive housing for people in recovery. The goal should be real protection, not impossible barriers. The takeaway is simple. In sober living, fire safety is not just a technical checklist. It is a classification issue, a cost issue, a legal issue, and a mission issue all at once. If you understand that early, you will make better decisions, ask better questions, and protect your home more effectively. Subscribe for more recovery, housing, legal tips, and solutions. VSL is a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting recovery housing operators, especially our members. And if you want deeper guidance on fire safety, zoning, code enforcement, and recovery housing law, check the description for our recovery housing law book and other resources built to help operators protect their homes and their mission.